Hi Tera fans, this is Tera Solo Gamer. Today we're going to be talking about the Southern Arun Vistas. And for this particular video, and actually for a couple of videos, I have created this special little character down here, who is a new character, just to create a couple of videos with. You can see she has a grand total of 2 hours playtime. She wouldn't even have that many hours of playtime, except for the fact that I was using her to help with some farming of stuff. So this character is level 17. She did the Stepstone Isle trainer part that you first do. Let me... No. Hit the wrong button. Wait a minute. There we go. Just wanted to get rid of the chat. Don't like the chat. This is actually something you can do when you, shortly after you first start the game. I've done Stepstone Isle, which is the trainer portion of the game that you do at the very beginning for any new character. And if you've never played before, of course, you're going to do it. You don't have to. There's an option to skip it. If you've never played the game before, I strongly recommend you do the first part. Don't skip it. Go ahead and let it train you on some of the stuff, because it is a little trainer part. So we've done that. We stopped in Velica. We have gotten our mount. We've gone ahead and upgraded our inventory. And we've gone inside and seen someone, and he's told us that now we need to get to our first, big mission, where we're going to be going to Bulwark Camp. Now, when you talk to him, he gives you the option of 3 different people to speak to get to your mission. And that mission actually is under quest log. Isolated town. Okay, we've done inventory trick, we've done joining the ranks, and now we're going to go and do isolated town. And he gives us the option to talk to 3 different people to do this. I personally prefer to go and speak to Uriella here. She is one of the people you can talk to. She's already given me what I need, so the interaction part's not there now. And the reason I like seeing her is because she actually gives me a few special teleport scrolls. Matter of fact, I got 5 of them there. That'll take me straight to Bulwark Camp, which is a little quicker because one of the other people you talk to will tell you to go to the Pegasus person, and you'll ride a Pegasus to Crescentia, and then you have to take the local teleportal to get there. This is going to take you straight there. And the other person I either have never even talked with, or I just don't remember how they tell me to get there. So right now I'm going to go ahead and head to Bulwark Camp like I normally would. Now, of course, you talk to the other person, they tell you to take the Pegasus, and you go to Crescentia first. That's fine for what we're doing, because we're actually going to be looking at the Southern Arun Vistas. And this is where you are at Bulwark Camp. But if you go to Character and Feats, you go to Encounters and Exploration. We are in the continent of Arun, or Arun, whatever it's pronounced. I don't think you would normally have Chevika tourists. I have that because I was doing something else with this character. Encounters and Exploration. Explore Arun. Southern Arun Vistas. To get this, you need to do those 3 feats that are listed: Oblivion Vista, Vista Islands 2, and Vista Mix. And the reason I'm showing you this one is because it's going to help you to deal additional damage against monsters. And if we go up here, oops, too far. Under your feats, you can always check what types of rewards are there. And I recommend checking these, especially like other rewards, because they're permanent. These are permanent, free rewards you can get for completing certain feats. In this particular case, it's going to give us deals additional damage 0.1%. 0.1% may not sound like a whole lot, but sometimes it can be kind of important, especially against a boss monster and you're both almost dead. Both your health points are straight way down. You get that extra little edge over him. But of course, when you get up to like level 65 and you're doing millions of points of damage at once, that 0.1% can be a few thousand extra points of damage you're dealing per hit. Okay, so it's a nice thing to have. And again, I recommend doing it very early on in the game. This character has not even done the first major mission, obviously. We haven't even gotten to bashing the Loke and that sort of thing. I'm going to go ahead and get these vistas now to get that extra damage, because this is how I like to do it with my new characters I create. Now, in your case, it's up to you. You may want to go ahead and just play along the storyline, especially if it's your first time playing, never played it before. You may want to do the natural storyline, and then as you get to each of these areas while you're in the storyline, then you may want to go ahead and do them. Because it's still going to be really early in the game, and then you'll still have it, forever after that. So I strongly recommend it to anyone. But even if you're level 65 and you either didn't know about it or you've never bothered to do it or whatever, go ahead and do it. Quick and easy. You'll see. Trust me. Now, I'm in Bulwark Camp, but I'm not getting ready to start on this. Oh, wait a minute. First, I'm going to show you the map. I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, there's my map. You can see where I am near the red question mark. I got my little yellow cone there. And where we're actually heading is to Crescentia. Okay, and if you happen to be somewhere else and you happen to have elite status, you can go to your travel journal. Sorry, you can go to your village atlas. And what you're looking for is Crescentia, which is right there. Okay, so this is the normal steed you will have gotten at this point in the game. I'm using that, just so I can look like everyone else who's playing this, who hasn't given themselves a dragon like I actually have. But I want to do it just like anyone else who's playing the game for the first time. Just got the Bulwark Camp. And what I'm doing here is not fighting anyone. I'm just going on a mission for myself to get the southern Arun Vistas. So I'm actually intentionally trying to avoid conflict at the moment. Plenty of conflict later in the game when I'm actually doing the quests or hunting bands or doing whatever. And I could have fast traveled, but if you're a new player and you don't have elite status and you can't fast travel like that, then this is what it's going to look like. Some of the others, okay, I got Crescentia tourists just for showing up here because I haven't been to Crescentia before. Now I'm in Crescentia. You can see on the upper right corner map there where I am, where I'm going. I'm heading towards the flight manager here. Now, if you fast traveled here, this is where you're going to land. If you took a Pegasus, this is where you're going to land. This is the flight manager there. And you can see this big hill right here. I'm going to try to get up this hill. It can be a little tricky sometimes. Matter of fact, sometimes it's easier to jump up it without a mount. Some of these hills, a little weird. But you can see how I'm getting to the crest of the hill. And I'm just going to follow this crest along this way. And if you keep watching the upper right corner map, you can see exactly where I am. And you kind of lose visibility when you're in these trees here for a few moments. And now we're back out in the open. And you see, there we go. Wall of Wordcraft is right up there. And Oblivion Vista. I've gotten one of my 3 vistas just by showing up by this Wall of Wordcraft. And if you want to look at it, that's all it is right there. Take a moment, enjoy the view, all that stuff. Okay, now that I've done that, for the next few parts, I'm going to go ahead and fast travel just so the video doesn't take too long for no real reason. If you don't have Elite and you can't fast travel, then you can take a Pegasus. And the next place I'm going to go is Chebica. Right down there, you see where I put my cursor. Yes, I do want to teleport to Chebica. Thank you for asking. So again, if you have Elite, you can fast travel. If you don't have Elite, you can just take a Pegasus. I showed you where the flight manager was. We went right by him. And we are in Chebica, right by the flight manager here. I'm going to mount my trusty steed, and I'm going to go this way. And you can see on the upper right corner map, I'm actually heading into Freehold. So I'm already on the Freehold's map now. It's already come up. And this is an area many of you will be very familiar with if you've been playing for a while, and you have done the fall festivals. I forget exactly what it's called. I just call them fall festivals. It's a something festival. It's either every October or November. I forget which month. But when you get near October, keep your eye out for the announcement. Because these are the fairgrounds here, and there are all these little quests, little side quest kind of things you can do, and you can make all these cool food buffs and stuff yourself. And I actually tend to make a whole lot of land bulgogi stock up for the year. Matter of fact, this past one, because I had so many characters, I had all my characters go in every day, each of them, and I ended up making something like 1,800 land bulgogis just during this year's festival. Now, if you've already been playing, and sometimes you see a message pop up saying that Bama Rama has started, this is the Bama Rama ring. If you want to go participate in Bama Rama, where you can gamble against which BAMs are going to beat the other BAMs, then this is where you go. Now, you got some trade brokers and a banker here. And when Bama Rama is going on, there's actually someone who sells these special tokens used for gambling. Okay, you saw how I went through the Bama Rama thing. It's been a while since I've been here. I hope I remember the easiest way to get here. And you see which way I'm going. I don't know if that's the right way. Again, it's been a while. Well, I'll find out in a moment. Yeah, I'm going right. I'm going to have to get off my horse, so. There are several ways of getting there. You keep watching the map, upper right, you kind of see where I am. Steeds sometimes get stuck. Okay, you see this sort of, I don't know, dish shaper or something here? Walk up close to this. There you go. Vista Mix. See that down in the lower right corner? That's my next Vista. I've just completed it. Now, I'm pretty sure a couple years ago, all these areas had a wall of WordCraft. But for some reason, at some point, they took a bunch of them out. So now, you have no way of finding it unless you actually go find a video or something online that shows you how to get there. I don't know why they took them out. But if I come up here, you can see my view of the Bama Rama ring. Fairgrounds off in the distance. So this will give, and the map in the upper right corner. So this gives you a good visual of exactly where we are. And you can see what the little sort of semi-circular little rock area there looks like. Okay. So hopefully you're able to follow my sort of kind of twisted way that I get up here, but at least you have a good view now of how to get straight up here. Now, next place I'm going to go is Oscarath to Cutthroat Harbor. And of course, any of you do a lot of fishing, you're probably familiar with that one because it's a very popular fishing spot just because it's easier to get to than most of the other fishing spots. But we're going to Oscarath to Cutthroat Harbor. I'm going to fast travel because I have Elite. If you don't have Elite, you can go to, you saw the travel manager that we landed at just a few moments ago to get here. You can go to any travel manager Pegasus platform and take a Pegasus to get there. Now I'm going to get on my trusty steed. I got an adventure level there. Whee! This low level, you pop a lot of adventure levels and stuff like that. And, you know, little feats just for visiting areas and whatever. Now what I did is I went into Cutthroat Harbor, the town itself, to the local teleportal, just to make it quicker. And you see where it says Azrael's Labyrinth. I can either go to Relic Hunter Outpost or Cerebash's Ascent Entrance. It doesn't matter which one you go to, because they're like basically right next to each other. Okay, and that's one of the leveling dungeons there, Cerebash's Ascent. And right across there is a little outpost. That's, if you had taken the other local teleportal, you would have ended up in that little outpost right there. That's why I said it doesn't matter which one. There's a labyrinth up there, Azrael's Labyrinth, that you do while you're doing some of your adventuring and questing and so forth. But I'm going to go off to the left of that over here. And I'm going to try to avoid these guys. Now, one thing to be careful about, not only will avoiding these monsters save you time, but if you did the same thing I just did, okay, hopefully you're following how I got over here. I just went past all those Mugato guys there. And now, it gets a little tricky doing these jumps, just because, I don't know. Maybe over here is better. Some of these areas can be a little difficult to get to. But if you just keep jumping and you go sort of left and right and find a good spot for jumping, you can get up there. The mounts tend to get stuck on console. I've seen videos for all kinds of different things where they take mounts like straight up these hillsides. I'm guessing that's on PC or something. Okay, you see how I got up there. You see where I am on the map. You can see right over here, there's like those plant things. So I'll just take this little pathy area by those plants. I got some more plants to my left. This is the way I'm getting up there. Okay, you see where I am on the map up there. I'm going to try to get to where my, whoops, whee, okay. Okay, where my cursor is where I'm trying to get to that little peak right up there. Take my mount for a little bit to speed things up. Okay, I may be wrong now. That's a little low. I think I need to go higher. Okay. I don't think I'm going to make it straight up that way, so I'm going to go around a little bit. You can still see where I am on the map. Hopefully you basically sort of followed where I was. This path looks easily accessible. Yeah. Okay, it's right around here. Maybe it's a little higher up. There we go. So I got the Vistas Island 2 for getting up here, and now I have the Southern Arun Vistas. Sorry, I forgot exactly where the spot was. It's a little higher than I thought. But you can see Azrael's Labyrinth in the distance there. You can see on the map exactly where I'm standing, sort of a little left and down from where the A is. Hopefully you were able to kind of basically follow my path where we came up through this sort of depressed area up there in the hill and then came up along the side. It used to be a lot easier when all these areas had a wall of wordcraft right here. And honestly, one of the biggest things I kind of miss about it, especially for new people, is the first couple times I hit some vistas, it was totally by accident. I found them, actually, I was like, oh, what's that wall, that, you know, that big billboard thing over there? And I went over and checked it out, and the feet popped up. And the first few times, I didn't even know what was going on. So I had to go check my feats later once I figured out what feats were. And I was like, oh, that's what that is. But we've actually completed what we probably got a, oh, that was for my adventure level increase. That's, okay. And we go to Feats, Encounters and Exploration, Explore and Run. You can see that now we got Cutthroat Tours just showing up there. We got the Oblivion Vista, ridge of the mountain in northeast of Crescentia, Vista Islands 2, west of Azrael's Labyrinth, and Vista Mix, mountain near the Tenebraus Mines. That was the one near Chebika. And we got the Southern Arun Vistas for completing all of it, which gave us the special reward for dealing additional damage. And now if we go up to rewards, other rewards, you can see that deals additional damage, 0.1% is now highlighted. That means we have it, it's free, it's permanent, it's never going away, it's something you just have all the time. So you get an extra 0.1% of damage. May not sound like a lot, but every little bit helps. You know, they all sort of stack up together. So that's the quick and easy way of going ahead and giving yourself a little extra permanent additional damage. And like I said, this character has completed Stepstone Isle, which is just the trainer section of the game at the very beginning. And then she went to Velica, which is simply what you do after that. She got her mount. And from there, when we went down to the Crescentia area, we went ahead and just went and did all 3 vistas. And again, if you want to do it that way, before you even get to like the first set of BAMs and the Bash and the Loke and all that, so you're already dealing additional damage, go for it. But if you want to go ahead and just wait until you get to each of those areas naturally through the gameplay, that's fine. You do you. I always say, I'm just showing you how I play and the things that I do. And then it's just ideas for you because you need to play your own game, because the whole point of the game is just to have fun. And you're not having fun. If someone's dictating to you, you will play your game this way because this is how I play my game. I don't care about those people who actually try that nonsense on me. So you figure out, how you want to do it, but that is a free, totally free, extra way of getting extra damage that you are dealing to your monsters that you're fighting against. And again, you do have to be very, very careful not to engage monsters after that first one, because these last 2 areas we went to are higher level than you are. Your gear level is not ready for those kind of monsters. So don't fight them. Avoid them. Stay away from them. If you're doing it the way I did, where she's just like level 17 and she has basically almost no gear level and she's low level compared to those monsters. If she were to try to fight them right now, they'd probably kill her pretty quickly. So avoid the monsters like I did, but you saw how easy it is just to go around them and not even worry about them. But of course, if you're playing the game naturally and you're waiting until you get to those areas before you bother to go to the vistas, then you can go and fight the monsters if you want, because then you're in an area that's appropriate for your level. So I hope this video helps out a few people. If you didn't already know how to get that extra damage boost that's permanent and free and it'll last you throughout the rest of the time you're playing Tera, well, now you know. Alright? And that's it for this video. Until next time, happy gaming.